Alright everyone, well, I just saw the newest Jurassic World entry, the 6th movie in the franchise to be exact, that I anticipated for this year. And as I said many times before, including my anticipated list and my Let's Play video, I'm not expecting it to be as groundbreaking as the first 1993 Spielberg masterpiece. I mean, none of the sequels are. But I'll always welcome another entry in the series, and, well, this one has gathered rather negative reception from critics and mostly fans. Yeah, I can definitely see where they're getting at. So, okay, well, let's look at some good things in the movie per se. And keep in mind, people, there might be some minor to moderate spoilers. I won't get to anything major, but yeah, first of all, you must note, this is the longest entry in the series, clocking at 2.5 hours. And it's done by the same director who did the first Jurassic World, I should say the 4th movie in the entry to be exact. It brings back the original characters from that movie, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, as well as that child that they adopted in the previous movie. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Fallen Kingdom, but you probably already know, and you probably already know that she's a clone of her mother, and complicated story, but if you watch this movie, it'll explain it a lot more. As well as bringing back, of course, Henry Wu, the same guy from the first movie as well as the last 2 movies. Yeah, he's the scientist who helps incubate and create the dinosaurs, and is back in this movie as well. So, if you saw the last movie too, spoiler alert once again, but at this point, there's really, I mean, it's like saying spoiler alert for Infinity War if you saw the trailer for Endgame. Come on, you know how it ends. The dinosaurs are let loose across the country, and they're coexisting with humans, and you would think that's what this movie is mostly about. Somewhat. It gets to it at the beginning, it explains it, but really, most of the film, I could see what people are grudging about. It's a lot of exposition, a lot of long dialogue sequences, a lot of needlessly complicated stuff for some parts, when really, we just want to see some dinosaurs. Do you get a lot of it? Hell yeah! You get the raptors that make a return, well, mostly Blue from the last movie, and of course, if you saw the trailer, she had a baby. Okay, and, well, that's where some of the plot focuses on. Yep, Blue's baby raptor, and of course, the adopted daughter, Maisie, gets captured. And yeah, it's one of those kind of movies. You gotta hide, otherwise the big bad government corporation will do experiments on you and all this kind of nonsense. Holy Christ. Haven't we seen this done to the death already? And yeah, it's of course focuses on a big bad corporation poisoning the planet, and holy Christ. You would think it's about the dinosaurs coexisting with people. I mean, it would have been better if that was the focus, but you do get some scenes with the dinosaurs in the big cities, but not enough that you saw in the teaser trailers, like in the drive-in movie, and of course across the skiing mountains. Yeah, you don't get any of those scenes. I expected to see that in the movie for a 2.5 hour runtime. You do get, of course, the scene where they're in Italy, you know, in that village, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and Owen on the motorcycle, being chased by dinosaurs. That was a pretty cool chase scene right there. It was pretty action-packed. You get a couple of these scenes which kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, like when they're on the ice trying to escape that bird dinosaur, and of course, Bryce Dallas Howard's character trying to escape from other dinosaurs, which is underwater. So yeah, the film varies with its entertainment value, but for the most part, plot-wise, not really the strongest. Okay, and the nostalgic input. Yes, you get Sam Neill and Laura Dern returning as Dr. Grant and Dr. Sadler, as well as Jeff Goldblum returning as Ian Malcolm. Okay, and what purpose do they serve? Well, they serve some purpose, which I understand a lot of movies nowadays, it's becoming a big trend, like with Ghostbusters, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Creed, Scream. I can go on and on about that, but yeah, they serve some purpose in the movie with trying to overthrow this corporation, and yes, that's the same guy from the first movie that Dennis Nedry was trying to steal the embryos and get him to, and you even notice a little nod to the first movie with the shaving cream can. Okay, that's cool right there. But other than that, this is mostly where the movie takes place, is in this compound, this sanctuary, and okay, this is as far as I'll go with spoilers right here, but it's basically just another Jurassic Park island type of environment. I know it's not really on an island, but you really feel like, and it has the same vibes as being in a rather isolated location away from the rest of humanity. You get a couple of scenes in civilization with heavily crowded cities, but most of the movie just takes place here. There are people here, but that's about it. You got a lot of dinosaurs and everything, which is kind of cool, but can all this really compensate for the rather weak plot? Not really. It's kind of predictable. There's a lot of cool action scenes and everything like that, but most of the time it just feels exhausted, and honestly, this series is just running on fumes. Yes, you get, of course, the newest dinosaur, the Giganosaurus. Yeah, I apologize if I mispronounced that in the Let's Play video. I pronounced it Giganosaurus, but no, it's pronounced Giganosaurus. And let me tell you, this sucker is no small fry. Yep, it's even bigger than the T-Rex, and I will admit the effects are cool on it. So, can I say this movie is terrible? Not really. It's definitely the weakest in the series, yes, but I can't say I expected a lot. Some nice nostalgic inputs, as I said before, but overall, don't expect anything superb like the first movie. I mean, I sure didn't. And honestly, the ending, do I have to really give it away? Doesn't really have much of an ending, but that's as far as I'll go with spoilers right there. So, yeah, an okay movie, but it's time for this series to hang its hat up already. I mean, Dr. Alan Grant did. Spoiler alert there. But this series is done. And, well, my final verdict on this one, the Rockin' Wii Remote will be Motion Plus up, only because of the cool dinosaur effects and chase scene, but it'll be Motion Plus down. Yeah, I think that's fair. So, till next time, keep watching.